Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to part 2 of our Riverdale chat. For those of you who didn't join us last time, totally fine. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So last week we had a chat about Riverdale, but unfortunately we had to end it a little bit earlier than a lot of you would have liked, and so we all decided to come back here and do a theories video. So if you are in the room, say hi and I will give you a big shout out. Gemma is here. Hi Gemma, thank you for joining us. So tonight we discuss our theories with this show. We're 2 episodes in. We know that there is a masked man and we need to know who the masked man is. Now, some of you have some really great theories that you wanted to get into last time. I know that there's one person in particular who has mapped out a fantastic roadmap of theories, and that person will be joining us a little bit later on in the chat, so I'm very interested I can't wait for them to be joining us. That'll be great. And we've also got another guest speaker who's going to join us as well. So lots of fun today. Sarah's in the room. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for joining us. And a big yay for the guests. Absolutely. So you guys, this chat will probably go for about an hour. So President A is joining us. Hi, President A. Thank you for being here. This show will probably go for about an hour, so 11 to 12. It is 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time right now. So while I'm waiting for my lovely guest host to arrive and be part of this panel, why don't you go ahead and let me know what your theories are. So there are some theories already out there. I don't mind if we repeat some, but I'd love to know what you guys think is going to happen, whether it be a theory about who you think the masked man is, whether it be a theory about something else in the show. There are lots of things that potentially could be happening, and we have already received some clues towards some things, so very interested to hear what you guys have to say. For me, last week I brought up a theory that Smithers, the bellhop, could potentially be the masked man, and I'd like to know what you guys think about that. Now, it may be an outlandish theory, but you never know. Yeah, when it comes to mystery shows, if there's one thing I've learned, it is to expect the unexpected, and the least likely person is normally the most likely to be the one that everyone is after. So that's why I'm suspecting Smithers. I did find it very interesting that he was suddenly gone. I almost feel like it was out of nowhere. Obviously, he tried to have a conversation with Veronica and give her some advice to not go a certain way because of her dad, and her dad ended up overhearing it. So maybe he's involved. Is it a hired gun? And if so, why was this hired gun hired? You know, can we connect any dots at the moment? If you can, certainly let me know. At the moment, I feel like the only connection that we do have is with Archie, because obviously Archie was taught by the teacher, who I think her name is Miss Grumwald or something like that. It's very similar to the name from the other show that we used to watch. And of course, you know, the masked man tried to attack Archie's father. President A says Dark Betty to return and become the new Cheryl Blossom. Yeah, so I definitely am looking forward to seeing more of this Dark Betty. I enjoyed watching Dark Betty this week. And I also enjoyed watching Cheryl. Could Dark Betty become the new Cheryl Blossom? I certainly think it is possible. Sorry, guys. I certainly think that it is possible. Miss Grundy, not Miss Grumwald, Miss Grundy. Thank you, President A. Thank you very much for that. I knew it was something along the GRU lines. Thank you very much. Yeah, Miss Grundy. So where exactly do we place this connection? And, you know, let's throw this out there. Could the masked man have been hired by someone actually in the group? You know, it may be completely random, but completely random people end up being the mystery people a lot of the time anyway. So it could easily have been that, for example, Cheryl hired this person, or someone else. Who knows? Jughead may be involved in this. We never know. Another theory that I have heard, as I say a big hello to Annabelle Foster. Thank you so much for joining us. For the first half hour, you guys, I'm letting you tell me what your theories are. So go ahead and let me know. And we welcome Gemma back, who is back. No problems at all, Gemma. Thank you for rejoining us. Have been talking about this guy who works for the Serpents that Jughead was talking to, the older guy, and they think that he could potentially be the Masked Man. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's possible or not really? For me personally, I'd like it to be someone that we do know and not some random, hired gun. But you never know where Riverdale's going to go with this. It could go a number of different ways, couldn't it? I don't feel like we have enough to know a motive as of yet, unless we specifically point to Archie. So I don't think we can really come up with too much else. But no problems at all, Gemma. But if you guys have any thoughts or theories or anything at all to do with Riverdale, certainly comment below and let me know, because I'll be very fascinated to hear what it is that you have to say. I'm also going to ask you some random questions as well throughout this time that we have together. It's always great getting together to discuss Riverdale. Riverdale is the #1 show at the moment. On comment below and let me know. And so I thought I would ask some random questions to you guys as well. For example, I really want to know what you guys think of Jughead joining the Serpents. This is obviously something that started right at the end of the last season, and it's starting to develop and take form this season. And I think it's rather interesting myself, but what do you guys think? You happy that he's part of the Serpents? You're not so happy? Are you finding it interesting? Are you finding it a bit boring? What do you think? Comment below and let me know. So Annabelle Foster says, the people that seem to match the Masked Man to me are the Serpent Guy, Hal Cooper, and the Sheriff. There you go. So yes, a number of people have been saying the Sheriff, yes, as well. I would like to know why, if it does end up being him. And of course, if it is him, I want to see a lot more of him. I do understand that he's Kevin's dad, but I really don't, I don't know, I don't feel as attached to him as a character, because he still feels quite random to me. We certainly know, obviously, a lot more about his son, but at the moment we don't really, unless I've forgotten something, we don't really know much else about him other than the fact that he is a sheriff. So it would be a bit of a letdown for me. Hal Cooper, that's a very interesting one. So I'm guessing you're referring to Betty's father. I don't exactly remember the guy's name, but if that's who you're referring to, certainly confirm and let me know. Well, wouldn't that be interesting if that is who you're referring to? Because we have not seen Hal since the start of season 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. So who knows what is going on with him? President A says, my Masked Man theory is a long shot Cheryl Blossom's dad who faked his suicide, or the guy who fired the gun in the pilot when Cheryl's brother was killed. Ooh. As Annabelle Foster confirms, yes, she is referring to the dad. Very interesting. We'll get back to that, Annabelle Foster, in just a moment. So President A, Cheryl Blossom's dad faked his suicide, potentially. Yeah, well, wouldn't that be interesting? I mean, we know here, a comment below and let me know, when it comes to mystery shows, do not think that anyone is dead until we've seen A, a funeral, and B, an open coffin. Otherwise, they can still be alive, that's for sure. So certainly Cheryl's father remains a suspect until we actually see that he is 100% dead, and we have not seen that yet. So I like that. I like that a lot. The guy that fired the gun, the pilot, when Cheryl's brother was killed. Well, I like that as well. Very interesting theory. Takes us all the way back, doesn't it, to early season 1. Oh, sorry, not early season 1. Are we talking, so we are talking the pilot? We're not talking about the reveal we got in the second last episode? Oh, that's right, because that was Cheryl's dad. I have to rethink about it. I think it might be an idea for me to go back and binge watch season 1 again, because it's been a long time since I've seen season 1. I haven't seen any of season 1 since Riverdale ended, so I might go back and binge watch that so I can be a little more prepared for next week. But yeah, very interesting theory as well. Could be any of these people. Annabelle Foster, back to your comment that you were making. Yeah, Betty's dad. Like, definitely, I feel like that's a possibility. We have not seen him. Why haven't we seen him? And these are questions we can ask going into the 3rd episode of a season. Why have we not seen Betty's dad as yet? Where is he? What is he doing? It certainly puts him in the position to be available to pull this off. So for sure, I like that theory. What other theories do you guys have? Certainly comment below and let me know. As well, yeah, let me know your opinion on Jughead and what's going on there. Now, I would also like to throw out there that I think we can confirm that it's a male. I don't think anyone's going to be suspecting that a female is doing this. But in saying that, we certainly can suspect that a female has hired someone to do this. And I wouldn't be too surprised if Betty's mum is involved. The way Betty's mum was acting at Pop's while she was taking photos of everything, I know that it's in her nature, but just the way she was acting, there was something very sus going on there. And I feel like her taking photos and stuff like that was more than just her working for the paper. I feel like there's a lot more involved to that, and I really want to know what exactly it is. Here's another crazy thought. What if Pops is involved? I doubt that he is. Obviously, he was quite scared when it happened, but you never know. You know, we've come to find out through other shows that people who look so innocent end up, well, becoming not innocent at all, don't we? So, yeah, what are the odds that Pops is involved somehow? I think a lot of people will try and place the blame on Hiram because of everything that surrounded him in the first season, and he's not really done anything to make us feel like we can trust him so far in this season. But I will say something. If we have learnt anything when it comes to mysteries here on this channel, certainly for me, I feel like I didn't watch any mystery shows until PLL, but from then and through other shows, if I've learned anything, it is that if they are making someone look very suspect, 9 times out of 10, it is not that person. So I feel in a way like we can push Hiram aside. In saying that, though, I do want to keep him in mind because anything can happen. I mean, you know, it may turn out that the obvious person is who it is and has been all along. Here's another thing. Do you think that the masked man is wearing contacts and we're seeing eyes that are not that person's colored eyes? Or do you think that they are their natural eyes and the color of the masked man's eyes is a significant clue and we should be looking out for those colored eyes? I've been hearing theories back and forth on this, and I'd love to get your opinion. Annabelle Foster says Cheryl's dad is Hal's brother. What was he known for? The fake family trait of red hair. So who says it isn't possible that Hal plops into a pair of coloured contacts for his eyes? There you go. Very, very much a possibility. I'm liking this theory, Annabelle Foster, of it being Cheryl's dad, because if he is alive, we haven't seen him, we don't know what's going on with him. It is the perfect cover for him, because everyone else is suspecting that he is dead and no one's really questioning it. It is the perfect cover for him. He can literally hide in plain sight. So I am loving that theory, Annabelle Foster. President A says Betty and Veronica hook up, or another masked man killer theory, Jughead's secret twin. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if it was a twin? I think I would have a connection if it was a twin. And that's nothing against the theory that you come up with, because it could be absolutely anyone. That would be totally against Riverdale. I feel like I am so twinned out, and I feel like pretty much anyone who's seen the Pretty Little Liars finale is completely twinned out as well. But we'll have to see. In saying that, I wouldn't mind so much if Jughead had a brother. Whether it's a twin or not, I wouldn't mind that. I find Jughead's character to be rather intriguing, and if it was him, that would be a very interesting reveal. So I wouldn't take that possibility away. I guess I'm just personally over twins at the moment. Betty and Veronica hooking up. There you go. Betty indeed. Betty and Veronica hooking up. Yeah, certainly I think it's a possibility. We heard last week them say, you know, Team BV or VB or whatever it was they were saying. Then again, VB is an Australian type of beer, or Victorian, I should say, type of beer anyway. But certainly there are possibilities that Betty and Veronica can be involved in this for sure. After we saw the Darcy come back, we certainly saw her in season 1, and now that we've seen her again in episode 2 for season 2, I think it's certainly possible. And Veronica is rather sus in her own way. So I certainly think that there is every possibility that she could be involved in this as well. So yeah, absolutely. I think if there's one person that we can count out, unless he has like a multiple personality disorder, which if we can factor that in for PLL, we can certainly factor it in for Riverdale, would be Archie. I think we can straight away sort of strike Archie off the list. I mean, first of all, Archie was with his dad, so, you know, he couldn't have attacked his dad because he was there. We saw him there. And I doubt that he would go out of his way to kill one of his favorite teachers. So I think we can strike Archie off the list, and I think we can strike Archie's dad off the list. But I definitely feel like everyone else is suspect in their own way. Here's another theory to bring up. What if it is Joaquin? Now, if you remember, Joaquin left Riverdale towards the end of season 1, but who's to say that he hasn't come back and he's just, you know, hiding out at the moment? I would love it if it turns out to be Joaquin, because quite frankly, I am missing him. I was loving the relationship that Joaquin was having with Kevin. So I actually would rather love it to be Joaquin, or to have him back involved somehow. Be interesting, wouldn't it? What do you guys think? Well, so we've got about just over another 10 minutes to talk about our theories before I introduce our guest speakers for this evening. So do you have any other theories or even any other thoughts on the second season so far? We've had 2 episodes. Some people say that they didn't enjoy the first episode so much, and some are saying they absolutely loved the second episode. I found the first episode rather confusing. I thought there was a lot going on, and I hope that we don't end up going through that again this season, because it's one thing to have, you know, a few storylines happening and it keeping a show interesting, but it's quite another to just chuck, I'm going to exaggerate here, but a million things at you at once in one 45-minute episode. So I definitely did not enjoy the first episode, but I loved the second one. Annabelle Foster says, I've always thought Joaquin might be Betty's brother, as a love child of FP and Betty's mum. Oh, well, who's to deny it? I think that's one of the great things about being up to episode 2 in season 2. And not only that, but only being up to season 2. Anything can happen. Which makes this a really exciting stage to be theorizing about things, whether or not they happen in the next couple of episodes, by the end of the season, even next season. Anything can happen. And I mean, if we put the word out there, who knows? I would love that. I think that would be a fantastic twist to find that out. So good one, Annabelle Foster. Very good. Okay, guys. We are doing really, really well so far, I must say. So good work to everyone at the moment. Okay, let me see what else I can think of. As President A says, what if it was Jughead, the masked killer, and it was his way to prove his loyalty to the serpents? You know what, President A? I would love that. Like, seriously, I know that's like wrong of me to say, but I would love it if it was Jughead for that reason, because I thought that Jughead killed Jason Blossom. I was convinced of that for a very long time in season 1. Why else, was he writing this book? It just didn't make any sense to me. I thought, he's the guy, he's killed someone and now he's writing about it, and that's how he knows all of the information and everything else that's going on is because he's the one that actually did it. And it turned out not to be him. So I would love any reason to make Jughead the killer in any of the seasons. But I love this theory because I am finding Jughead's involvement with the serpents rather interesting. So if Jughead was the killer because it was a way to prove his loyalty to the serpents, talking a bit fast, you guys. Just gonna take a breath. If it is Jughead because of because it's a way to prove his loyalty to the serpents, I would absolutely love that. I think that would be fantastic. Gosh, we're coming up with some great theories over here, aren't we? We should just, send them into Riverdale and say, guys, use these. Don't worry about what you have planned because we're coming up with some really good stuff here. Hi, Gemma. Welcome back. Annabelle Foster says, Jughead's eyebrows are too flaky for the masked man. Ooh, there you go. But here's something to throw out there after the headache that was in PLL. Is the masked man wearing a mask under the ski mask? I mean, you just have to put it out there after PLL, don't you? I mean, I hope not. I certainly hope that's not the case, but you never know. And I was watching a film last night as well, which involved some characters wearing masks to cover their real identity, and it just took me back to PLL, and I thought, oh gosh, you can never really count it out, can you? I mean, people can wear realistic masks. And if contacts are being used, are masks too far behind? Annabelle Foster says, I love that theory too, but why would he ask the serpents to search for people? Potentially to get them off his trail, potentially to get us off his trail. Yeah, who knows? There could be a number of reasons. But I would be very, very, very excited if Jughead had anything to do with this, for sure. Oh, goodness me. Who else? Do we suspect Hermione as being a part of this? I mean, I'm just going to start plucking out characters now. Do we suspect Hermione as being a part of this? I think we definitely noticed how skeptical Hermione can be in the last episode, especially when she was talking to Hiram at Pops. We certainly found out a heck of a lot more. Do we suspect Hermione? Yay or nay? Who knows? Do we suspect Kevin? I don't suspect Kevin personally, but, in order to leave no stone unturned, let's throw that name out there. Is there a connection to this new doorman? Now, we don't know much about this doorman, obviously. All we know is he's the new doorman. But we have time, don't we? We've still got quite a few episodes left to cover, so we're only just coming up to the 3rd episode now, so still a lot that can happen. You never, ever know, do you? Time will certainly tell. Who else? Who else could be a part of this? Hmm. Annabelle Foster brings up a really good question. Do we really believe Smithers left at will? Personally, no. I don't believe he left at will at all. I certainly think that Hiram got rid of him somehow. You make a good point, Annabelle Foster, saying you think he might have been threatened or killed. Very good point. Who knows? I feel like he's probably been threatened. I don't know if he has been killed, but if he has, hopefully, we'll find this out. And even if he's been threatened, hopefully we'll find this out. I definitely think Hiram has a lot to do with what's going on with Smithers, but it could just be that we're being led to think that Hiram has something to do with it. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe Smithers just left. Who knows? Anything could happen. President A is saying something about Betty's sister. What are we saying about Betty's sister, President A? What are we connecting this to? But Betty's sister is a very good point. What's going on with her? You know, after what happened last season, you never know. You never know what's going on. Anything can take place in Riverdale. I feel like I used to say anything could take place. It's Rosewood after all, and I feel like that's now going to translate here. Anything can happen. It's Riverdale, so you know, absolutely anything. Masked killer theory being Betty's sister. Why not? So that's the thing. I feel like people are very quick to rush to judgment and say this is a man, and people aren't considering that it could be a woman. But I certainly think that it's possible. Why not? Just because it was a man last season does not mean it necessarily has to be a man this season. You know? So Betty's sister, I think, would be a really nice surprise. We haven't seen her, as I said. So what the heck? We don't know what's going on with her. So we can't account for her. It's certainly very possible. Who knows? Okay, who else can we suspect? Can we suspect Archie's mum? I don't know, but if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, she wasn't happy about Archie and the teacher and all that. So correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm remembering this correctly, there's a motive to kill the teacher. Why she would attack her ex, I don't know, but she may have a reason. Something may have occurred that we don't know about. I mean, time has passed, so we don't know what's happened behind the scenes. We don't know what's going on when Archie's not there. So something could have happened. Could Molly Ringwald be the killer? Maybe. You never know. Goodness me. Who else can we suspect, guys? I wonder. Let's see. Could it be Josie? Could Josie have something to do with it? I honestly can't come up with a motive for Josie to do it, but again, leaving no stone unturned. Could she be a part of this? You never know. You never know. Yeah, President saying Josie and the Pussycats, haha. Exactly, yeah. I mean, we're not expecting her. We're not suspecting her, are we? So it's possible. I mean, hey, the show we don't mention anymore. The majority of us, before it was even mentioned, would never have suspected who AD was. So, I mean, it could be absolutely anyone. It could be someone we don't know. It absolutely could be someone that we've never heard of before. And then suddenly in the final episode, we get the reveal of who the killer is, and the killer is Simon Stinnerby, and we get a little disappointed, and then we find out why in season 3. So it's certainly a possibility. Annabelle says Josie's mother and father could not, not her, I don't think, though. Yeah, so there's another one, like Josie's mum, for sure. She's very suspicious in a lot of ways, so that's another good one. I forgot about her, but that's a very, very good point. And yeah, Annabelle's saying her mum always seems dodgy. Exactly right. Completely agree that she seems dodgy a lot of the time. In fact, all the time. So yeah, certainly she's a suspect. What does she have to gain for it, though? President A says Sabrina, who's apparently being played by Dove Cameron. Could Sabrina be the killer? Maybe. When's Sabrina coming in? Do you guys know? Comment below and let me know if you know when she's making her appearance, because I'm looking forward to seeing Sabrina make her appearance in the show. Also, you guys, what I would like to know when it comes to your theories is not only who you think is the killer, but why do you think they're doing it? What do you think their motive is when it comes to this? Have you thought about that? Have you thought that far ahead? If you have, certainly let me know. Sorry guys, I am still with you. We do have some planned guests for this evening, but they have not as yet arrived. Hopefully they will arrive soon. We're going to be here for another half an hour, the absolute latest. So we may have some latecomers coming to the chat, but if that's the case, that's totally fine. We are having a great time here on our own anyway, and I am so thankful to each and every one of you that have come to the chat so far. So please keep going. Let me know what you think. Who and why? What's the motive behind it? So Annabelle Foster says they were meant to kill Archie and not Fred. Ooh, there you go. Why do you think they were meant to kill Archie and not Fred? I like that though. That's a good one. And considering in the flashback that, well, I mean, how reliable is this flashback? Is Archie actually telling the truth? There's another question. But if we are to believe that he is, Archie literally put his hands up and, you know, was at the gunman's mercy. Why was he not killed? Who knows? There could be multiple reasons. Anything certainly could be possible when it comes to this show. But I am loving this show. I certainly, as I say, I loved the second episode. I did not like the first one so much personally. But yeah, I feel like absolutely anything could happen at this point, and we'll have to see. And what was the motivation to kill Moose and his girlfriend? Is it Moose? No, I think I'm confusing the name Moose with Secret Life of the American Teenager. What's the name of the guy that was killed? There was a guy and his girlfriend was killed. Was it Moose? Something with an M. Something with an N for mouse. President A says, my main theory is Jughead to revenge his dad, and also Jughead knew about Miss Grundy before almost everyone else. I like that. I like that a lot. And certainly I love the whole avenging his dad. It's great motivation. I also liked your earlier theory as well about it being to prove himself to the serpent. So I like both of those. Very good supporting motives for Jughead. Absolutely. Loving that. Excuse me, guys. I might hydrate just quickly while you guys come up with anything else that you want to add about your theories or motives or anything like that. Anything that we haven't questioned as yet so far that you would like to bring into question, call into question, I should say, certainly comment below and let me know. Here's a question. Vanilla Coke, when are you going to get back to me? One day, I'm sure. Maybe on comment below and let me know's 1 year anniversary. So now here's another question I have for you guys. Why do you think Hiram bought Pops? What do you think is the real reason behind it? I mean, obviously he said to Veronica that he was, you know, giving a charitable donation. He's told Hermione what we are led to believe is the truth, that he has actually bought Pops. So what's going on there? Why do we think he's bought it? Comment below and let me know. Oh, goodness me. Oh, yay! I think you guys can see me now. Let me know if you can see me. Comment below and let me know. I think I fixed the issue. But I can see myself once again, so that's generally speaking a very good sign. So certainly let me know if you're still in the room. Say, I can see you, Francois, or something like that. That would be really, really, really good. I'm sorry about that. We just had a moment with a technical difficulty there, but everything seems to be working once again, at least from my end. So if it is from yours, let me know. And we will pick up right where we left off. While I wait for you guys to confirm if you can see or hear me, we do have Brittany in the room. Hi, Brittany. Great to have you here. Brittany says, hi, everyone. Cannot stay as I'm at work, but I think it is Hal. There you go. Another vote for Hal. Sarah, thank you for telling me I'm back. I really appreciate it. So I'm sure you can all see me now. Let's keep going with this chat. Another vote for Hal there. She says, if you looked at the side and straight on profile of the shooter, it matches him. The only problem is his eyes aren't green. Well, Brittany, is it possible that he was wearing contacts? Who knows? I think it's certainly a possibility. You guys, I do want to apologize about that. I have been having some internet difficulties today. I thought I dealt with it prior to coming into the chat. It looks like I've dealt with it now, and hopefully it will remain for the rest of the chat. If it doesn't, I apologize, but we are still here. So let's keep going. But that's very good because Brittany becomes the second person to mention Hal. Annabelle Foster says, a theory going along with Archie, interesting, is that it is his mum, or at least she could have hired someone to do it for her. Yes, absolutely right. That's what I was saying earlier, that it could be, so that it certainly could be Archie's mum. Completely agree. What could be the motive behind that? Let me know. Annabelle says, when she was in the show, she just blended in. She wanted Archie to live with her. She obviously had reasons to hate Grundy, and most parents seem to have a dark history. Yes, absolutely agree there, Annabelle Foster. Good one. So we have someone else joining us in the room, Random Reviews. Thank you for joining us, Random Reviews. This is a live chat about Riverdale. If you have any theories about Riverdale, certainly let us know, and welcome. Welcome to the chat. President A says, hi, I'm back. I can see you. Apparently someone named Sugarman is coming to Riverdale who has a connection to Cheryl. Ooh, Sugarman. That sounds rather interesting, doesn't it? Does he sell sugar? Does he have powers to do with sugar? And by powers, obviously, we have Sabrina coming into the show, so it might make sense. So, I like that. Thank you for the heads up there, President A. Good one. Annabelle Foster says, in one of the hallucinations Fred had, she was there, she being the mum, standing next to the blossoms and winking. Yeah, that's right. Are we talking about the wedding? I don't know if they're specifically talking about the wedding, but I know she was there at the wedding. But yeah, definitely, this could be a clue leading that's leading us to his mum being the killer. Wouldn't that be something? His mum being the killer and either attempting to kill her ex or hiring someone to kill her ex. Wouldn't that be an interesting plot twist? I certainly think so. Ooh, loving these theories, you guys. So we've got about another 20 minutes here. So if there's anything else you guys want to talk about to do with the Riverdale. I don't know why, but the Fosters just came to my head. If you guys want to talk about anything else to do with Riverdale, certainly comment below and let me know. But this has been really awesome so far. Just wanted to let you know we're going to be here for another 19 minutes, and then we're going to wrap up this chat. Okay. Annabelle Foster says, regarding sugar, icing sugar equals cocaine. Just a thought. Very good thought. If we recall what happened in season 1. Very, very, very good thought there, Annabelle Foster. I like that. Maybe there is a connection there. Random Review says Riverdale is taking things to a whole new level this season. Yeah, I completely agree. It's different to how it was last season for sure. Are you liking it so far, Random Reviews? Certainly let me know. I was saying earlier on in the chat that I found the first episode a little tough to deal with, but I really appreciated and enjoyed the second episode. So yeah. I'm also asking people what they think of Hiram, which is Veronica's father. Do we like Hiram? Do we not like Hiram? What do we think about him? Comment below and let me know. Random Reviews says Riverdale season 2 is Who is the Angel of Death Killer? Yeah, so that's what we're trying to theorize about at the moment, Random Reviews. Who is the Angel of Death Killer? If you have any ideas, certainly let me know. President A says, Sugar Man looks really creepy. Could be the killer who might be hired by the Blossoms. Ooh, I like that. That's a good theory. Annabelle Foster says, and considering Veronica's dad just brought out Pops, well, I see room for an underground table. It could easily connect the Blossoms, Serpents, and him together. Yeah, absolutely it could. Very good. Oh, wow. You guys see how many theories we're coming up with here? This is quite amazing. Coming up with all different ones today. But yeah, I certainly think that Hiram could be involved in some way. I don't know if they're making it too obvious and therefore he's just, a red herring or what, but I do feel that he's involved somehow. But are you guys liking Hiram or are you guys not necessarily liking Hiram at the moment? Let me know. So Random Reviews is wondering if Jughead is behind all of Riverdale's sinister mysteries. Potentially. We have been suspecting Jughead, so it's definitely a possibility for sure. What do you think? Do you think Jughead could be involved? Certainly let me know. This has been quite a fascinating chat at the moment. So yeah, keep it up, guys. This is going really, really well. Haha, good one, Annabelle Foster. Never trust a narrator. Completely understand why you're saying that and completely agree. And that's why I suspected Jughead from the start. I suspected him because he was writing the book. So there you go. President A says second episode was the best. Definitely Cheryl Blossom in her bra and panties. Well, there you go. Why not, eh? Why not at all? I could say the same thing about a few different things. I could say the same thing about the moment when Archie was in the shower. I mean, certainly. But no, I did prefer episode 2 to episode 1. I just found it much easier to follow. You don't have to come up with like 20 different things in an episode to be impressive. You can come up with like 3 or 4 and just go as far as you can with those. And so keeping with the focus of Jughead's dad and with Pops and all that sort of thing and trying to find who the killer is, just those 3 focuses I found was much easier to enjoy the episode with personally. So what do we think, speaking of Cheryl, President A, and everyone else in the room, what do we think about Cheryl taking back over the Vixens? This was certainly a bit of a surprise to me. I did not expect it to be the case, but you guys happy about it or not? Comment below and let me know. So yeah. So there we go. So we're probably going to wrap this up in another 14 minutes, guys. So if there's anything else you want to add or whatever, feel free. And then we will finish this off. But I've really enjoyed talking to you guys about Riverdale. Obviously, keep an eye out on the Facebook page, facebook.com/groups/CBALMK for more, especially with dates for next week's live chats and theory chats I don't know if we're going to do both next week or just the one, but we'll certainly see how we go. And also keep an eye here on the YouTube channel, because there's a lot of things that we are covering, not just Riverdale, but other new things that are popping up as well. So just thought I would mention that. Annabelle Foster says, some people think Ethel's dad could be involved, going against the sinners of Riverdale. Perhaps we know him as that serpent guy. Well, certainly a possibility, Annabelle. Who knows? Tori's joining us. Hey, Tori. Tori says, hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late. No problems at all, Tori. Thank you so much for being here. And it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tori. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Yay! Happy birthday, Tori. Ah, so great to have you here on your birthday. Yay! Woo! Mwah. Big hugs and kisses to you, girl. Yeah, Sarah, I think there may have been some technical issues regarding our guests. They probably won't be here today, but that's fine. We may have them next week. But I do apologize for that. If you guys did come here to see our wonderful guests, I do apologize. I don't know what's happened there, but hopefully they'll be able to make it to the next one. So we've got just a little over 10 minutes, guys, before we end this chat. So what do you think is going to happen in next week's episode? Now, I have not seen the preview for next week, but if you guys want to tell me what is happening, and from that, what you're theorizing, feel free to do so. Or if you haven't seen the preview for next week, but you still have a theory on what you think might be happening next week, certainly feel free to let me know. Because, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's so many places that we can go with this show. Everyone's wishing Tori a very happy birthday, and very, very well deserved. I'm so happy you could join us on your birthday, Tori. Thank you so much for being here. Do you have any good plans? If so, let me know. I wish I could be there to celebrate it with you, but it's good to have you here in the room so that we could all have the opportunity to wish you happy birthday on this blessed day for you. Everyone getting in on the happy birthday train. Happy birthday to you. So nice. Yeah, so as I said, I have not seen the preview for next week, but I feel like absolutely anything can happen with Riverdale. Now, if you guys did want to stick around for a hangout after this chat, then certainly stick around. I'm going to leave a link in the Facebook group. If you're not part of the Facebook group, go to facebook.com/groups/CBALMK. Let us know what your YouTube name is, and you can come and join us behind the scenes in the Facebook group. But we are going to end this chat quite soon, actually, and I'm just going to turn it into a hangout. So if you guys would like to join, come along and do so, and it will be great to have you guys here with me. Once again, I want to thank everyone for joining me for this Riverdale Theories chat, and also for everyone who joined me for the Riverdale live chat last week. We will definitely have another Riverdale live chat coming up this week. Keep an eye out on the Facebook page to know when the next chat will be. We also have many chats coming up this week, so keep an eye out for that as well. But until then, I am Francois T. Big hugs and kisses to all of you. And I look forward to seeing all of you very, very, very soon. Make love, not war, and give someone you love a hug and a big kiss today. Mwah. Bye, guys.